Jeffrey Dahmer, a name that still makes people uncomfortable, a face that looks plain, almost forgettable. But behind his apartment door in Milwaukee, something horrifying was happening. The stench alone made neighbors suspicious. People in the building complained about strange smells. Some said it smelled like rotting meat. Others said it was like chemicals, but no one could have imagined what was really going on inside. He drilled into skulls while his victims were still alive, pouring acid inside, trying to turn them into mindless, living puppets. His goal wasn't just to kill. He was terrified, handcuffed, and had just barely avoided being drugged. He ran to the police. He told them everything. And when they followed him back to that apartment, they found something that shook even experienced detectives. In the fridge, a human head. In the freezer, body parts. On the walls, Polaroids of corpses in twisted positions. In a metal barrel, chemicals used to break down flesh. It was to erase everything that made a person human, while keeping their body alive for his use. This wasn't just crime. That's the fear that stays with us. That someone could live right next door and do something so unspeakable. That monsters don't always look like monsters. Sometimes they smile. Sometimes they say thank you. Sometimes they go to work, do their job, and kill people at night without ever raising a red flag. He had labeled everything. Bones were cleaned. Some skulls were painted. It wasn't chaos, it was methodical. The calm planning behind it made everything worse. It was obsession turned into action. It was a form of madness that disguised itself in quiet and calm behavior. He said he killed because he didn't want his partners to leave him. He wanted company, silence, control. He said the only time he felt truly close to someone was after they were dead. People still study him. Documentaries, books, series. His apartment was destroyed. The building was demolished, but the memory of it never left. People remember the details. The fridge, the acid barrel, the Polaroids, the quiet music he played while committing acts no one could imagine. He has become a symbol of how evil can hide behind an ordinary face. No wild eyes, no screaming, just a guy in glasses with a soft voice and the worst secrets anyone could carry. That was the only way he could feel in charge. There was no screaming from him, no big emotional show, just cold, flat facts, as if it all made sense in his world. Dahmer was killing men, 17 in total, and what he did after killing them is the stuff of pure nightmares he would never get out. But even in prison, his name brought fear. He was attacked once, survived, but not the second time. In 1994, another inmate beat him to death with a metal bar in the prison showers. Just like that, the story ended. No grand statement, no last words, just silence. He wasn't just a serial killer. He was a predator with methods so twisted they shook the entire world. What he did wasn't just about killing. It was about power, obsession, and control. This is not a story about his childhood or what went wrong in his early life. This is a deep dive into the real nightmare that unfolded when nobody was watching. By the late 1980s and early 90s, Jeffrey Dahmer had turned his one-bedroom apartment into a place of pure horror. He didn't just murder, he kept parts, skulls in the closet, a full human head in the fridge, hands, hearts, and other organs stored in containers. Bodies posed, photographed, sometimes dismembered with a strange precision. Polaroids were everywhere. He captured his victims in life and in death. Most were young men, some were homeless, some were just looking for a drink. He offered money or just company. He seemed safe, polite, harmless. That's how he worked. No loud threats, no warnings. He drugged them quietly, waited, then did what he planned, over and over again, and no one stopped him. He created a kind of twisted museum, all hidden in plain sight. He didn't want to lose them. He wanted to keep them close, forever, silent, forever. But it gets worse. Dahmer wanted more than lifeless bodies. He wanted obedience, total control. He started doing experiments. He picked up his victims from bars, from bus stops, from the streets, until July 1991. That's when a man named Tracy Edwards escaped from Dahmer's apartment. The place was a horror scene but also disturbingly organized. During his confession, Dahmer spoke softly, no rage. He described what he did like someone reading a list. The trial was quick. He pleaded guilty but insane. The jury didn't buy it. He was sentenced to 15 life terms in prison. But the legacy of what he did is still alive. And maybe the scariest part is how long it went unnoticed. Neighbors heard noises, smelled things, even talked to him. And yet no one guessed the truth. That's the true horror of Jeffrey Dahmer. Not just what he did, but how he did it, while the world kept turning around him.